Girton of Alfred Truman Solicitors talking about lasting power of attorneys. So Helen, why do I need a lasting power of attorney?
Well, lasting power of attorney is important for everyone to have. If you don't have a lasting power of attorney, you become mentally incapable, you can't handle your own financial affairs. What happens? Your nearest and dearest will go along to the bank, and the bank will say, well, you don't have any authority, we can't do anything for you, you can't write any cheques, you can't pay any bills, you're stuck. The next step, therefore, is to have to apply to the Court of Protection for somebody to be made a deputy. Now, not only is that expensive, it can be quite a long process. The court fees are more than double the cost of making a lasting power of attorney. You have to complete forms that are based on absolutely every detail of the person's life, all their assets, all their liabilities. All that information has to be collected together before you can put the application in. A certificate has to be produced by a doctor or a consultant to say that the person in question is mentally incapable. That all takes time. In the meantime, the bills are mounting up, there are problems, creditors on the doorstep. It makes life really difficult, particularly at a time when you may well be emotionally upset and things are difficult enough anyway. So it's really a good idea to have a lasting power of attorney which can be put in place well before you become mentally incapable, and is just sitting there, it's ready and waiting, and can be used within days of problems arising. A much cheaper alternative.
So obviously a lot of people will think, well, I'm in my early 20s or 30s or whatever, 40s even, I'm not going to get Alzheimer's for a long time. I mean, is it the type of thing that people generally put off?
Well, some people do tend to put it off and say, well, I don't think I'll do it yet because I don't need it. The problem is you may never need it, but it's always a good idea to have this in place, because once you become mentally incapable, you cannot do it. It's too late. And I have had a number of people come to me and said, oh, we wish Mum and Dad had done this when you first mentioned it, because now it's too late and now we have this big problem. So it's really important, and I think the younger you are, the more important it is for you to do it. You've got a young family, you may have a mortgage, you may have a road accident and become mentally incapable, then you really are stuck.
Thank you, Helen. And Helen's put together a document about the critical problems that can arise if you don't have a lasting power of attorney, and what you really need to consider before you do take one on. And you can get that by putting your details in the box on the right